So I just got finished with the Displeasure. That was the new MOC in Honkai Star Rail. So obviously, if you haven't seen this screenshot by now, MOC 10 in the new MOC has more HP than MOC 12 from 4 months ago. Now, obviously, there's some discrepancies because this boss is Nikador, and this boss has a lot of self-inflicted HP damage. However, in order to get the boss to do that much damage, you have to do more damage to the other enemies around him. So, to be honest, I still think it's a fair comparison. However, I understand if people want to disagree with that sentiment, because you need to do a lot of frequent attacks in order to take down Nikador. I currently, for the first time since Honkai Star Rail's release, deem it not worth my time. At this point, it's not even an endgame that feels good to my brain, which sucks because pure fiction is ass. It's always been ass. It still is ass. But MOC, I'm good, man. I'm good. I want to use my favorite characters, and clearly I can't without being at a severe disadvantage. So I'm going to wait for those buffs to kick in before I start playing again, or some unit to save Dot. I'm praying to God there's going to be some unit that saves Kafka, that saves Black Swan. Anybody, I'm praying to God that's a character. But the problem is now this has gotten over to China. And China is where they take this shit seriously. If China has an issue, then we should all have an issue. Because Chinese players pretty much accept any fucking slop that goes on in this game with a smile. However, they're pissed the fuck off. So a new Reddit article was posted, which was Chinese comments in the new MOC. Credit to u/WongYan145 for translating. I believe that user Wong Yan attempted to submit this themselves originally, but they got filtered for minimum amount account karma, which was deleted by HSR. You want to know why? Because this was an anti-HSR post. This was the original comment, which was this. This MOC was hard, man. Captain, that was only floor 10. Now, I don't know what the fuck they were doing releasing that in the game state when they know the older units can barely be fucking used. But most likely, this is just bait to get players to pull for Tribby and to pull for My Day, which is fine. Business is doing business things. But the problem is China is rioting over Honkai Star Rail. These are the comments going on for Chinese Bilibili. This MOC became a hot topic on official Star Rail posts on Bilibili. Around 33,000 comments. Does this sound familiar? Yes. The Zhongli situation comes to mind. But there's only Chinese comments. I tried to translate some of these comments to English. It might not be 100% correct, but it's going to be pretty damn close for the overall concept. How about starting a live stream and let the planners devs play Abyss MOC? Not for anything else. I just want to see the show effect. What this is referring to is the Chinese people believe that the devs themselves are not playing the game. And with the current MOC in progress, I would absolutely agree. I'm struggling to do the MOC using Dot with Eidolons, which is honestly really not a fucking good look. But for other games like Genshin Impact, you can really tell that the devs are not playing their game. Hence why there's still no artifact loadouts in Genshin or HSR with 2 years and 4.5 years respectively. If the devs were to play their own game, they would see their own flaws a lot quicker than waiting for the players to have to tell them what's wrong with their own game. Let's continue on here. I strongly suggest letting your game planner devs live stream using a normally leveled low gold team to clear Abyss MOC. I wanted to see how skilled the gameplay really is. I released an Abyss clear, not sure if it's out yet, but on one team, I use new characters. And with the new characters, I can auto the damn game. Auto it. With the new teams, I can zero cycle it. With no healer and no brain. I am not a good Honkai Star Rail player, and that's what's important, is that this is for the Everyman. The Everyman needs to be able to clear this game. Mr. Pokey going live, clearing things, does not matter. Okay? It doesn't. It doesn't matter. Dreamy clearing shit does not matter. That Zalzu Tethos person doesn't matter. You know when it matters? When the Everyman can clear it. That is me. That is what I attempt to be in every single one of these games. I am not a sweat. I am not a tryhard. I am the target demographic. The people who play just a little bit because they enjoy the game and then they quit, because those are the people who are going to be making up 99% of your audience. These people who zero cycle and Honkai Star Rail. These people who do hitless runs, Danjin solo runs, and Wuthering Waves, they don't matter because those are not the people who are playing en masse. I went into MOC and I got my shit kicked in, and it wasn't fun. It was just unenjoyable. And the only thing I thought was, yeah, maybe I can play better and do 20% better, but the new teams are going to be able to clear what I cleared in 8 cycles in 1 cycle. And it just feels disheartening. And this is a new feeling that I've had for Honkai Star Rail, and I really don't like the direction in which this is going. Because now the Chinese are upset, Japan's upset, and I'm upset. And I never thought I would actually be legitimately upset with Honkai Star Rail because the gameplay was very good. You guys have seen my videos. I say it all the time. I love the gameplay for Honkai Star Rail. It's very fun. It's not feeling that way anymore. And the story slogged, the combat slogged, and it's feeling pretty bad, guys. It is feeling pretty bad. So I do want to encourage you, if you see people defending this, if you see people not speaking out constructively, I encourage you to do so, to encourage them to actually speak their mind, to encourage them for a couple of seconds to pull their head out of their ass and see the reality, which is a barren wasteland of people who were once happy, now dead, angry on the floor, seeking new pastures. We should all want this game to do good. And right now, we should all acknowledge it's not in a good state. It's legitimately just not in a good state. I don't want to see this become a new Genshin. I was merely talking about how the game felt pretty poor, and I was being constructive about the gameplay. I might have had a couple bits of information slightly off. I could have E'd when I autoed, I could have. But to see the raw, visceral, feral reaction of some of the angered fans of the game, it made me feel like I was back in Genshin 1.5 again. It made me feel like I was back in Sumeru, where you can't even constructively criticize the game without these ferocious, mentally retarded chatters who've been chilling in whatever pussy hugbox, Discord, or Reddit they've been taking association with and saying, I'm having fun, which means the rest of you are having fun, which just really isn't a good place to be. I don't want to see Honkai Star Rail become the new Genshin. Bet you didn't see this coming. The strategy game actually refers to gacha strategy, aka the strategy in this game is just planning your polls and having the newest unit and getting lucky on the banners. Really not good advertisement for your game. I remember in 1.0 where 4 stars were enough, where E0, S0s were enough. It doesn't feel that way anymore. It really doesn't. I am praying to God these balance patches fix the fucking game. I believe the first wave of balance patches helps Silverwolf, Zila, and Yang Jing. Will it be enough? I don't really know, but I certainly hope so. And I really hope that the longer the game goes on, the more balance patches go out. Yang Jing, who asked? I don't know. The devs might as well just write, characters not in the current banner are prohibited at the entrance of the Abyss next time. Once again, another player, Chinese player, disgruntled with the fact that if you're not using the new units, the new Abyss feels like shit. Event rewards are becoming fewer and fewer. Companion tasks aren't being released at all. Abyss difficulty is increasing rapidly, and old characters are practically useless. New characters are being released at lightning speed, and their mechanics are forcefully tied to constellations and light cones. Does not feel good, guys. Can Abyss MOC have a payment code? $10 for an extra cycle. Yeah. If that ain't comedy, I don't know what is. But now that China's getting upset, I expect to see legitimate change in the near future. Because once China's upset, then great. Why don't you start a live broadcast of the Planner Fight the Abyss? If nothing else, I just want to see the effect of the show. With 11,500 upvotes. That means that it's not the vocal minority. It is the majority.
You know it's serious, guys, when China cries about it.
Oh yeah. Guys, this is serious. And this is bad. I mean this genuinely, and I hate to say this. People acting like Honkai Star Rail right now, they're the biggest enemy to Honkai Star Rail. If you actually care about this game, if you actually give a fuck, if you're not just doing this for money, if you're not just doing this because you're a shill, you would acknowledge this game is in a very bad spot. I don't want to see anybody defending the malpractice of this company right now because we need legitimate change. Because when China's upset, you know it's serious. So get your head out of your ass. Don't villainize the people being truthful and just acknowledge the game is not in a good spot. Thank you very much. I'll be moving forward. Bye-bye.